With all of the advancements in artificial intelligence, is the act of writing going to be a thing of the past? Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James Winterthorn, and in this video, I'm going to talk about something that's a little different than I normally talk about. Usually, I want to talk about writing fiction and techniques and things that might be happening in publishing. And I did a video on a scam that I just went through last week. Um, but right now, I want to talk about how AI is affecting the act of writing. So a little disclosure here: I don't try to mix my worlds too much, but when I'm not making videos here, I am actually a teacher of English. So I teach writing at the college level, primarily English composition 101, 102, some technical writing classes, some real basic college level writing courses. And as AI has developed, I find myself in this struggle of detecting AI content in assignments and wondering if I need to adjust my teaching approach so I can still teach writing, especially to students that may not be that interested in it, versus policing these assignments that come out, using AI detectors and holding students to academic integrity standards. So I wanted to make a video about some of my recent struggles. I did some testing with some AI detectors out there and trying to determine if this humanizing that we keep seeing in these programs really can fool these detectors or not, and just what we're going to accomplish with this change in technology. Before I get into the testing that I did, the reason that I wanted to make this video is more of a feeling that I have when it comes to uh, the academic integrity issue at play here, in that when I look at these detectors to test students' writing, which what a world that we're in now that I have to test every single body of text for AI content. Um, but now my social media feeds are filled with these programs that are made to defeat AI detectors. So what that tells me is that there is a great demand for people to generate AI content and then humanize it to the point where AI detectors can't detect it, so it doesn't come through as AI content. And the only real reason for this is to trick someone, is to present uh, AI generated work as not AI generated work, and therefore be cheating. I can't really think of a circumstance in which you would need to defeat the detectors, right? I can see um, wanting AI content to sound like you sound when you write because you want to have a consistent tone when it comes to, say, business emails or memos or various texts. But to defeat detectors suggests that you're cheating. And the my social media feeds and all the advertisements that came through, there must have been a dozen of them. Like they were all just replaced. So there's a huge demand for this, which I find very concerning. I'm not at all surprised, but I'm a little concerned that the future of writing in general and teaching writing is at risk, and that culturally we are not valuing writing the same as we did in the past. And I'm going to tie this back to fiction writing and what we normally do here at Writers Theory. As after I share this testing that I did uh, with these detectors, what my final thought is on this world in which we value the act of writing less and less in the world of fiction and in nonfiction too, in academic writing, writing books and such. So let's get into this testing that I did and testing these detectors and finding ways to defeat these detectors and just what I came up with. Well, the first thing I want to do here is I have written this these couple paragraphs here. This isn't meant to be anything. I just wanted something that I wrote myself that I knew was not AI generated and I could test with. So this is really something that I just whipped up. This is what was on my mind. This isn't meant to be anything in particular. Just me talking about writing in the classroom, especially with AI. So I have this, and what I want to do with it is I want to see how this is going to score in these AI detectors that are supposed to be picking up on how what the likelihood is something is written by AI. So I have this as a test, and so let's see what happens. We're going to copy this and we're going to put this into various AI detectors, something that I just wrote and I know is not AI. So first, we're going to pop over to the Grammarly AI detector. Pop this in, check it. Bam, bam, bam. Thinking about it. Okay, 0%. Right. So I wrote this myself. Grammarly is telling me 0%. That's wonderful. This is a popular one too. This is GPT zero. I have a feeling this is based off the same thing that Grammarly is using, but let's find out. This one creates a separate window. So, yep, not a robot. Okay. So this one comes back as not AI. So highly confident the entire text is human. That's great. Okay. Next one. I see this one show up a lot. This is just done. This one is heavily sponsored. So if you type in AI detector, this one will probably pop up. And let's see what it does. Trying to sell you on a lot of things like the rest of them are. Checking for AI content. Processing text. Detecting AI text. Comparing patterns. And analysis finalizing. Yeah. 75% chance this was written by AI. And then, ooh, look at this. Here's a prompt. Should we humanize your AI and your text AI in education? So, what are we doing here? This is it's pretty evident. This is a sales technique. This is assuming that somebody who is entering a text to see if it's AI generated, um, it's probably making an assumption that that person is using AI text and wants to humanize it. So it's just a sales ploy. Like this is something I just wrote. Other AI detectors are not saying this is 0% chance of being AI generated, and here we are at 75%. So this just done business. This is merely a sales ploy, which is a little frustrating, and is obviously not based on anything. So the if you're looking for an accurate detector, just done is not it. At least the free version of it. I'm obviously not going to pay for this. And what a interesting gimmick to get people to click on their services. The last one, this one is my secret weapon for testing AI, and we'll get to that in what I mean by that. But I'm going to pop this in. This is zero GPT. This is one that I found back when AI was first really getting popular as being a very honest detector. So I put it in here. I'm going to let it chew on it for a second, and 0% AI uh, content. So text is human written. This one is nice. So if you have AI content, it will actually highlight what it suspects to be AI content. This one is free. Of course, they do sell service as well, but you can use this to really detect. And what I think is the case, and what we're going to test for here in a moment, is I think when we humanize things, like humanize in uh, like in Grammarly or these various services, they're still using AI to do it. They're just changing the pattern, so it's harder to recognize. And I think I want to see if other filters will pick up on this pattern. So to do that, we're going to go over to our friend ChatGPT, and we're going to ask it for some text. I always like to do the courtesy. Always just, I always like to be courteous because you never know. So I've just asked it, um, and this is me just writing it out. So don't judge me too hard for uh, my lumbering run-on sentence here. Will you please generate a few paragraphs on what teachers should do about students using AI to create content to turn in for assignments and writing classes? Pretty simple prompt. ChatGPT is going to spit this out in no time. We're just going to let this happen. Okay, and bam, just like real easy. About the length of what I wrote, and it's given me some key takeaways here. Uh, I'm not going to go deep into this. I just needed a body of text to test with. So I'm going to do a little copy here. I'm going to capture this. I want to see what happens with this 100% AI content in Just Done. This one that gave me 75% on a guaranteed human written text. So let's look at something that's 100% written, see what it comes back with. 79%. So this says basically that the same amount of AI or suspicion of AI is the same with something that's 100% human versus 100% AI. It's giving the same percentage. So I'm confident in saying that at least this free portion of this just done AI detector is not worth our time. Close that. I'm going to come back. I just want to check this against this AI written text in zero GPT. We're going to come back and see what this says. 100%. So it detected it pretty good. Pretty good. It actually did a great job. So we are 100%. So these two tools, the zero GPT, the GPT zero, they both give pretty good uh, detectors for detecting AI. So there's a lot of programs out there and a lot of ways that AI content is generated, and each of them write with a different pattern. And so so what we want to identify now is, can I humanize something and have these detectors pick it up? And that's why we're going through this little rigmarole right now with Grammarly to get installed so I can use its humanizing feature. And we're going to put this back in here. Hopefully it lets me do it this time. This is really what I was trying to get to this whole time. 85% chance. This is what it told us earlier. Ooh, humanizer. AI humanizer. Let's go here. Let's see what happens with this option. I'm going to click this button now. I just saw this AI humanizer. Probably missed it the whole time. See what happens. Let's take this humanized text. Let's test it. So I'm taking now the humanized text from Grammarly. Clicked a button. Checking this text. 74%. Went down 10%. Bring it over here. We are in we're in GPT 0. And this still is giving us a lot of AI generated. Go back to a zero GPT. 100%. So it didn't do anything really. It was the humanizer humanizing it. It's really not. There is an old trick that I heard in uh, back when uh, AI was coming out. Something that we can do to uh, make this easier. So I want to see if this works. Human burstiness and perplexity. Let's see what happens with these words that aren't really words. Um, but basically, what I've asked it to do, and what it's taken away from my ask, is that I've asked it to add a variation in rhythm, sentence length and tone, and natural unpredictability and expressive nuance. So, not to make it messy or anything, but just to make it um, varied in its uh, syntax and its use of language. So this this back and forth in Grammarly really hasn't like yielded what I expected it to, which is fine. Uh, but here we go. So now 18% still AI generated. Let's see if it tricks GPT zero or zero GPT. 35.96. I hope none of my students are watching this video. But at least they come out about the same. So Grammarly still has some AI generated content, and Zero GPT picks up on some AI generated content. This unfortunately is not enough as professors and or as higher education institutions to really start throwing around accusations of academic dishonesty, even though it's very easy, very easy to do. So that's the world we live in. So you can see it's pretty easy to get past these detectors. AI can do a great amount of work to present itself as human and readable. I worry that as educators, we might get caught in this archaic past of valuing things that uh, people in general don't want any. Education means different things to different people, but for I would say most people, it's about learning something that will benefit you in your career. We go to school to get good jobs, to earn more, and not just to study the past and uh, value things that are less practical. And so, if we get caught up in uh, things that students don't want, that industry determines is no longer valuable, we may find that college education it becomes more archaic and, in some circumstances, less relevant. So, I wonder how, as an English teacher, a teacher of writing, I can provide value to students in a way where they find value in the work. They are learning what the established educational standards are, and we all come out ahead in a very positive way. So, I had mentioned relating this back to fiction writing and what AI can potentially mean for us as writers. In addition to all these humanizing products out there, there are just as many AI tools to help fiction writers uh, be better writers, help them organize. If you've been following my journey here on YouTube, I have a course called N90 Novel Design, in which case I have an AI version to help with the prescriptive nature of the course to just have fun writing a novel. Uh, and so we use AI to help us plan and to help us get unstuck. But the idea is that we're writing all of the content. So I'm not opposed to AI. I just don't want AI content to be what tells our stories. And ultimately, I think on the surface, it can, but stories come from people and people's experiences, and not just an accumulation and a confluence and retelling of all of the existing stories. So I'm not worried about new stories being out there, um, but there's a lot of AI content that's competing for all of our attention. I see a lot of ads for uh, books being generated by AI. So there's a lot more competition and there's a lot more material out there because of these programs. And I have to tell you that not that worried. I think before AI, there was still so much content that if you wanted your book to be discovered, you still needed to put the work in to get it out there. You still needed to pound the pavement or get on social media and promote yourself. And that aspect hasn't changed. So even though there's more content and there's a lot more AI content, we still have stories to tell. We're still going to tell better, more engaging stories. And you still have to get out there and work hard to sell your book. Those things haven't changed. And while there's more content out there and AI is contributing, uh, I don't think that's going to change. And in fact, I wonder if fewer people are going to be interested in writing, that those of us that are passionate about telling stories through the written word will actually become uh, more valuable because there may be less people writing these stories, and we might actually have a brighter future as a result. I don't know if that's going to happen. I kind of hope so. Maybe this is me looking at the glass half full, but I still think there's a future for writing and writers and storytellers. I just wonder how much of that future is going to be in the college classroom. So that's all I wanted to share. I just had some concerns, wanted to get them out there. Um, I know this is a little different than what I normally put out, but if you like this video, if you want writing related content or you want to follow my journeys of writing here on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'm very curious what your thoughts are on AI in um, fiction writing, in the classroom, in the students' desire to uh, cheat effectively with AI. I'm curious what your experience has been and what your thoughts are. Please leave a comment below. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video.